Hey CLC parents, how are you? It's Pastor Rachel here with another Monday Minute for you. And remember, we are working out of these amazing books from the Parenting Q app company, and it's by Kristen Ivy and Reggie Joiner. This one is Parenting Your First Grader, and the last few weeks we've been laying the groundwork. So I would encourage you not to just watch this video, because you will get some out of it, but it's not going to make as much sense. It's kind of a puzzle where it's all going to fit together, but you need to watch all the videos for it to really fit together. So we've talked about how, you at every stage or phase that your child's in, you only have 365 days in that stage or phase to teach them everything you want them to know spiritually, to teach them, physical things that they may need to know, like how to walk if they're a toddler, how to talk and articulate if they're those younger years, if they're older years, elementary and preteen years, it's teaching them things like manners and life skills and all of those fun, important things. But we talked about how at each phase you only have 365 days really to impart to your child what you want them to get out of that season of life. And then the last 2 weeks after that, we covered 6 things that every child needs, no matter what phase of life they're in, whether they're a 2-year-old or they are a 9th grader. 6 things that every child needs. So if you did not get those videos, go back and watch them. I did them in 2 chunks. I did 3 things the 1 week, and then I did 3 things last week. So this week, I want to show you this little map that's in this book. And I love this so much. So, they always say this phrase, it's a phase, so don't miss it, right? And I touched on this in one of the videos, that as parents, we can feel like, wow, the days are crazy. We're juggling work and we're juggling all these commitments and sports and all these things. But it really is a phase. They're only going to be that age for 1 year, and you don't get to hit rewind and go back. And so it really is important to enjoy those moments with your child. But you will hear them say this a lot, this company. They are very big on being intentional with your time as a parent, realizing how much time you have with your child, how much time is left, and being really intentional with it. But they have this map, which I love, in these books. And so I'm going to try to walk you through it. Obviously, you can't see it, but because it's big. But I'm going to walk you through it. So it says, every kid is made in the image of God to love God with all their heart, soul, and strength, and trust Jesus to have a better future. And it breaks down these ages really, really well. So they talk about when your child is basically 0 to 4, you need to embrace their physical needs. If we have a child in that age bracket, we know that they're physically needy, right? There's a lot that they physically need from us to do for them to function in life, especially, if you've got like a baby. They really can't do anything for themselves, so they need you to do everything. So they, need to know things like, am I safe at those ages? Am I able? Am I okay? So that age is all about embracing their physical needs. So you want to have them like in those moments of wonder as they're discovering things and finding out and figuring out what things are. You want them to know God's love and to meet God's family. So you want them to have Christian community and to know that they're loved by you and loved by God. And then when they hit kindergarten through 5th grade, you need to engage their interests. So obviously your your elementary student does not have the same interest that you do. More than likely, they're into video games and things that you may not be into. But when you sit and watch a show with them, when you try to learn a video game, when you play a board game with them, build a puzzle with them, when you're engaging with their interest, it does something to help build up that child. So the questions that a lot of times that age range ask is, do I have your attention? That is a huge one for elementary students, like K through 5th grade. Do I have your attention? Are you paying attention to me? Do I have what it takes? They question, do I have enough? And do I have friends? And that's the age where they're trying to find friends and figure out what friendships look like. And you're trying to guide them into good, godly friendships at that age. So that's kind of, you're engaging their interests in those elementary years, where in those early years, you are engaging their physical needs. As they get older, the physical needs get less, right? They get potty trained, they know how to walk, they know how to talk, but then they need a lot of your attention just to feel loved and connected to you. They need to know that they are enough and that they do have what it takes, and they need a lot of guidance. They're making decisions for the first time on their own, and most of the time they're probably not going to be, they're going to need some coaching with that. And so that's that age group. And then in 6th, 7th, 8th, and 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, they need affirmation of their own personal journey. So that's where, identity starts to come in big time in those ages of, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. Who am I? Who do I want to be? Like those type of things. And the culture is trying to tell them one thing. So it's really important that at those age ranges, 6th, 7th, 8th, and even sometimes a little earlier, that we are affirming who they are in Christ, what they have in Christ, and who we want them to be. And then in basically 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and beyond, we are mobilizing their potential. So they're starting to get some freedom. They are starting to get passionate about things, which a lot of times that may point to maybe what God has for them and their futures to do vocationally. They're starting to get independence where they're leaving, they're getting their license during that time, they're graduating high school. And so I just love the way this kind of maps out for you. And this is what the books do. So all the books, they map this out by year for you, but this is kind of like the big map. This is like where they got the concept. So this is the big picture of these books, but it does map it out so well. And when I saw these books at the conference and I started to flip through them, I'm like, wow, it really does break it down really well as far as like physical needs and their interests and who they are as a person in their personal journey, and then mobilizing their potential. Okay, you have potential. What has God called you to do in those later years? So hopefully that helped you a little bit realize maybe what phase you are in life with your kids, and help you to maximize their potential. So hope you're having a great week, and we will see you on Sunday.